let's look at and let's remember, we can break down a successful life into successful days. Therefore, our days must be dedicated to the most profitable use of our time. And profitability is the degree to which a business or activity yields profit or financial gain. So make a list to maximize on daily profits. So this is why it's just so important for us to have a daily list. I'm the type of person, I need space to think. Like, I'm the type of person, if I'm closed up, I can't be creative. I need space. So I've envisaged in my mind, I need a room, like 40 foot, 50 foot by something, just to be able to think. You know what I mean? Because when I'm in small spaces, that's why I hate houses with loads of rooms. You know, if I have my way, I live in a warehouse. You know what I mean? Like one big open space, but each corner, each area has a different theme. But I don't like all these doors and rooms and boxes, and I don't like it because it feels as if I'm confined. And I don't mind confinement if it's something that somebody else imposes upon me, but it's not something I'm going to impose upon myself. I'm very adaptable, but when it comes to personal goals, I need this creative space. I remember once they were doing an interview with Tupac, and Tupac was in prison. And, you know, they had him off as this gangster, this thug life and gangster for life kind of guy. But Tupac was really a genius, but just got caught up in a thug's life. But he was a genius in a ghetto that he couldn't escape from. And he didn't have the wherewithal to just pack a bag one day and say, I'm never coming back. Because sometimes you have to pack a bag, right? And go and find yourself before you explain anything to others. But sometimes you try and explain a situation that you don't understand yourself. And that's a problem. You know,
true.
The understanding might not have fully come to you yet for you to explain. So, but we're premature because people ask us questions we think we're duty bound to have to answer. Where nothing could be further from the truth. I don't want to discuss that. That ain't none of your business, or I don't feel as if, you know, I want to talk about that. Because understanding might not have come to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
There are things in your life, my life, that are complicated. You're trying to understand things. You with me? So until clarity comes, you should keep your mouth closed.
Yes, sir.
Are you following me?
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, sir.
We like to talk for the sake of it. So again, another problem that we give ourselves. So they asked Tupac, the guy said to him, you know, oh, we can expect a very serious album from you, you know. And Tupac said to him, no, being locked down in prison is not the place to be creative. And anybody who's telling you that, they're not for real. He said, no, this is about survival. When I get out of here, then I can be creative. But being creative in a nasty, dirty dungeon is not his thing. And I really, it was memorable the way how he answered that question, because you need the right environment when you're a creative person. So if you look at all of these geniuses and you look at where they were and what they were doing when, you know, when genius visited them, when brilliance visited them, it was at a very, you know, unscripted time when they were going through possibly some solitude. They were in a mountain, or they were going through something, and they had a eureka moment, you know. So all of us, we determine what we need, and sometimes you need some space, and sometimes you need your definition of quiet. And your definition of quiet is not necessarily nobody speaking. It's just not being bothered by some of the things that take your mind into places that cause you to be other than yourself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because at some points in your life, you need to feel unburdened. And that's the time you can start thinking. If you've always got your mind on duty and commitment to people, then you can't be creative like that. You got to be able to be free and then receive something on a higher plane, and then you can fulfill your duties. Okay? But sometimes you have to unhinge in order to go to that higher plane, just so that you can come back down and feed.
Yes,
You got it?
Oui, yeah. Wonderful
Okay.
teaching. Wonderful.
So just on that last slide, hence the reason why it's an imperative for us to have the diary or a diary and have a daily log, because the daily log allows us to tick off what we are supposed to do to move us closer to our goal. And once you've ticked off what you're supposed to do for yourself, your family, or your community, which is a part of your goal, then you must reward yourself. As I said, even if it's with a cup of coffee, but don't reward yourself with something that's going to take away your life, like a sugary biscuit, you know, from one of these shops. You know, don't feed yourself death. You know, go and get some alkaline food or something that, you know, is going to enrich your body. Some electric food. Yes. Go and get some electric food and feed your body. Go and buy yourself some nice little expensive, small, you know, honey bananas, rather than these other things that just block up your insides. All right? But do get into the habit of rewarding yourself with something that is going to add life to you. A jelly coconut. There you go.
Ooh, yeah. Come on now. Yes, sir.